How are we going to stop these sins? Wallahi, I will discuss it with you and I want you to implement it the next time your nafs calls you to a sin. Listen to this solution. As you approach committing this sin, right? Remember what I'm saying. So now, a shaitan has whispered in your mind, your desire is starting to build up bit by bit, and you feel like approaching and committing a sin, especially the sins that are in private. Watching something that is impermissible, taking a drug, for example, drinking alcohol in secret because your parents or your friends don't know about it, going through your spouse's phone, also that is haram and that's a sin. And there's a desire to do that, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. When you approach to commit a sin, I tell you what, there is always a feeling of fear in the heart of a believer. 100%. There is some feeling inside your heart. That Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam referred to it as the warner that is in the heart of every believer. So, what I want you to do when you approach a sin in private, don't ignore that sense of fear in your heart. Don't ignore that sense of Allah watching over you. Don't. Rather, I want you to do this. Take advantage of that feeling and say to yourself these words aloud. Say, Allah is watching me. Don't ignore the feeling. Look, Yusuf alayhi salam, when he was in that setting, and the wife of Al-Aziz came and wanted to tempt him and make him fall into the sin, and she was alone with him in the room, Yusuf alayhi salam, the first thing he said was, Ma'ad Allah. May Allah protect me from this. He mentioned the word Allah. Don't ignore the feeling of fear of Allah in your heart. Don't ignore it. Take advantage of that feeling of fear in your heart when you're doing the sin and bring it up. Don't ignore it. If you ignore it, you're going to fall into the sin. Allahu Akbar. Don't ignore this feeling. Wallahi, my brothers and sisters in Islam, if you remember Allah and you remember the name of Allah and you say, Ma'ad Allah, just before you commit a sin, wallahi, the mention of Allah will destroy the temptation and the desire instantly. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, وَلَا يَثْقُلُ مَعَ اسْمِ اللَّهِ شَيْءٍ. Nothing is heavy when it's weighed with the name of Allah. So if you're mentioning Allah and you're saying Ma'ad Allah and you're saying I fear Allah and you're saying these words aloud, if they are weighed with your desire and your temptation to do the haram, to watch the haram, if you're mentioning Allah's name, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said nothing will ever outweigh Allah's name, therefore your temptation and your desire will be shattered instantly.